Promowave Session, where we give you vibe, gist, and entertainment. Right now, I deal with my honorable, where they come out from Labour Party, already local government chairman. Right now, we get one topic where we will need to talk right now today, and which is the race for leadership. So, Mr. Honorable Daniel Onaghise, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
So, right now, bros, I want to make you tell us what you understand like the race for leadership, in the sense that you the come out for or the local government chairman right now, which we all know.
Thank you very much for inviting me over once again. I'm happy to be here. I think so today when I come, I'll deal with somebody. Just like the last time, but like saying
so today now one-on-one.
Now one-on-one with this today, so I'm going to be facing a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You know, initially, that very last time when I come, as me and one lady there, at least I did get confidence. The one I don't respond to, she will definitely, come in. But well, it's a good thing that race for leadership is a very wide topic.
Yeah.
And in as much as I didn't prepare for that, I actually thought we were coming here for deep talk.
Yeah, no,
but now I realize they carry me go some classroom lessons. So
we'll enter inside that deep talk.
Okay, so let me start from there. But first of all, when we talk about race for leadership, like I said, it's very wide. But before we talk about the race for leadership, I think it will be very, very important for us to know who is a leader and what is leadership. A lot of definitions diverse definitions on all of this, and people they bring up their own ideas from how they know them. But for me, I think a leader is someone, in a simple term, is someone that is ready to accept responsibility and is willing to, accept. When you accept that responsibility, then you know that you have followers behind you and you are ready to take that mantle of responsibility just to lead them in whatever capacity you have. Then when we talk about leadership, I think that has to do with either me or a group of persons, and leading a group of persons also, ahead. So talking about the race for leadership, if I am to go personal on that as a candidate currently, the race for leadership is something that started a very long time ago for me. Yes, because people just wake up these days, they feel leadership is what you just jump into, even when you've not gone through the cradles, like from the beginning. And leadership is a process, whether we like it or not, it's a process. And I think if you check some of the profiles of most leaders who we don't get, you will see that right from their background, they've had this trace of leadership in them. Either when you meet some of their contemporaries, they'll tell you, then when we were in primary school, he used to be our class, monitor. Then when we were in secondary school, he used to be our class prefect, and this is what he did, this is what he did. So I believe from what he did in our time, at that little space, he'll be able to do more when he's given a bigger platform. So you should be able to have these little traces. Not like some persons that will just wake up, feel that, I think leadership is nice, is affluence for them. They want to run into it. And at the end of the day, when they get to that particular office or that particular position of leadership, they will flop. Because they've not passed through the process that will eventually bring them into that platform. You understand? So if I want to go to my own self, just like you said, say deep talk. I think I've started the race for leadership from a very young age. Even
which people don't know about.
People don't know about it. A lot of persons don't know about it. Yes, I started that from primary school, secondary school, my high school, then before my university. I think the only time I never had that passion for it was during maybe towards the final stages of my university education. I needed to focus more on my studies and all that. I'll come out where parent issues and all that. So you need to make your parents proud, make yourself proud. You want to stand out, and that is it. So Primary school, I think I was a prefect. I was a class monitor, not prefect. We call it class monitor then. And I attended the primary school in Solu here in Benin City. And for those who were my classmates then, they will still feel the call. Say, this was our class monitor at that level. And I think when we got to primary 6, I became the general monitor of the school.
Like
no much responsibility then anyway. But I think the responsibility you had then was maybe you be the one they call upon to ask questions. Then maybe when they used to call them supervisors. When they are coming to schools, then supervise teachers, they call you out because maybe you're neat, you clean, you talking, you were talking, so they like they'll present you as one of the students. Now you ask questions, you know.
Because of the dressing wear and all the
dress
stuff.
code and all that. So we already had that mindset that we are different from the rest normal pupils. Then your responsibility is not maybe you ring bell. But we saw fun in it then because every child wants to feel that, why not me ringing the bell for break? Why not me ringing the bell?
I feel that they have one responsibility.
It's one huge responsibility.
One privilege and stuff like that.
So at that level, it was fun. You know, now me the ring bell. And even for you to carry the bell,
now privilege.
Now privilege because not every child will hold that bell. Then aside that, secondary school I became a prefect. I think my GSS1 I attended a local grammar school. GSS1 I was a prefect. GSS2 I was a prefect. To my GSS3 I became a school prefect. I was a labor prefect in GSS3. In fact, well known by schools. I still have some of my friends to date with the best. Sometimes when we date together, second prefect would laugh. I just say you went at the floor. You know they wear sandal now. You know they always wear stockings now. You know they always talking. We get a lot of them. I don't want to mention name on air, you know, but those of them will know me, my real friends.
We go see this stuff right now last
those way they watch. And those they could deal with us on live now, they laugh because most of those classmates they know that when they go around, meet them. Why are you on slippers? It's not done, you know. We'll seize them. Sometimes the teachers will tell us, flog this person. We flog, you know. At that level, we were enjoying leadership. Now we saw it that we had responsibilities. We already took up that responsibility. So okay, fine. I have to come to school on time.
By 7.
Before every normal student.
7 o'clock.
Yes. I have to dress well, not like every other normal student. I have to be in class, not like every other normal student that will not be in class. They will sit outside. You get what they call estate. For those who go to color. Yes. You get what they call estate. Then we sit down. You know, people they come to school. Then most of us will be class. Some will be there. They won't come to class until at their own time they'll come in. But we that were already mapped out as being the head in each of these classes, we saw that responsibility that we had to live upright at that level, even when we were still under our parents. But school don't already make us understand that we are standing out from every normal person. Then there's this problem we keep having then during break periods when they ring the bell for you to come back to class. It will take you another 30 minutes to return to class. But we that were prefect then, we don't already say and say no. Now we want to ring the bell for you to come back to class. So we not even go break. At some point, we know they go break. We sit down for class. You just read your books. You buy something. You just eat. You chill because you don't want to be caught unawares like every other normal student. And gradually, it metamorphosed into the higher institution where we now have class reps. Maybe departmental presidents and all that, SUGs and all that, which I participated in. All of it. So sometimes when I sit back, I'll just like, I think I got a comment a few days ago on my WhatsApp page. Somebody wrote, I was like, I've always known you to be a good leader. Seeing your campaign banner is not a surprise to me. Then she wrote, big ups. So when I saw it, I smiled. That was somebody that knew me from the beginning. So she knows, okay, this guy don't hold positions like from the beginning till even when he graduated from school. Then outside school, you don't still hold 1 or 2 positions. And some of these things build up your profile. You know, as I'm talking now, I've been mentioned these places for you. I don't think I've had any record of mismanagement or ill record till this point. Even when I became the president of my department, then Student Chemical Society of Nigeria, I was the president. My tenure was one of the best. We did our parties, we did our handing overs and all that. It was nice. We did some few stuff within the department at our own level.
Okay.
Then, when I became SUG Accountant General during my regime, which has to do with holding funds. You understand? That one a very key position.
Like a treasury
department. Now me the holder. You know, when you pay your SUG dues, you pay to me. I'll take back the record to the school dean, the student affairs officer. Give your records, they trace you and all that. In fact, then when they come back, they tell you, say, this office you are holding, you can't count everybody who don't hold that office for you. They'll tell you, say, man, so and so person did not graduate. He held the same office. So and so year, this person did not graduate, because the school will seize your certificate until you are able to give your records straight. So without that, you can't leave the school. So at that level, we don't fear. So I think that was actually teaching us not to be corrupt at our own level. So even while your parents were paying your school fees, you're paying your hostel fees, but you are still being taught not to be corrupt, even while you are holding leadership position at that level. So I think these are things that actually mold me to become who I am today. I now understand fully well that when you are holding any public office, you have to be transparent, which are policies of a leader. You have to be ready to take responsibility. Then, in terms of policy making, you have to check, you have to sit down, be able to carry your followers along with you. For those who run SUG government for school, they will agree with me that leading students is one of the most difficult tasks. It's more or less like you in the larger society becoming a governor or becoming a senate president or becoming a local government chairman. For students who worse. Yes, because they see you as their mates. One, they believe that you pay school fees the way they pay. So what differentiates you from them that you will now give them orders? So this will now work on your personal relationship, in fact, your personal skills, for you to be able to make sure that these persons calm down when you give instruction, they take your instructions. So for you to be able to lead students, automatically, I don't think there's any sphere of life that you will not be able to act positively. You understand? Because take it or leave it, students, I say it again, students are the most difficult persons to lead than the normal general public. You understand? Because students, tomorrow somebody can wake up and tell you, Oga, this thing where you talk, so we're not ready to do one. In fact, we're not the do one. And once they start them, the next person will pick, it becomes a problem. Now it will take you time to work on them. If you watch student management, what school management at times, they have problems dealing with students. Instead, they will call the SUG president, they call the student body, Alpha, talk to your people. Try and pacify them. We'll look into their issues. We'll look into their agitations. Before you know it, they just start to riot. So it's very, very difficult. So if we were able to do that, I think over the years, we've gone through the direct process, and coming back now to say, yes, I'm running for this particular position, is based on these profiles. I've been able to go through the process and say, okay, fine. If I was able to do this, I succeeded. I was able to lead students, I succeeded. I was the president, Student Chemical Society of Nigeria, Delta State chapter. I was running between Edo, Delta. I was coming to Benin then to settle issues, go back to my school. So in all of this, I was able to achieve success. So I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to replicate these in the larger society. I think all I need here is a little push. It's okay, this is no longer student business. This is now you and the populace, the larger society. This has to do with whatever policy you are bringing in would affect the lives of others out there. And take it or leave it, you have pupils under you, you have students under you, who are also growing up. So whatever policies you are bringing, you should look in depth to be sure that it's going to affect them positively, so that you don't tout their future at the end of the day. So I think this profile actually propelled me into waking up to say, okay, fine, I want to take up this position, and I believe I will deliver.
Right now, because I know you have said a lot of stuff right now, because right from the birth, or I would say right from when you started the politics and every single thing, But right now, for me, it's just that I like to understand why eventually, because now deep talk. Let me just put it this way: deep talk. I would say in my own aspect that I know you, or I've seen you online, or in the sense that maybe before I had to bring you down here, but I knew you were in another place before you become in Labour Party. You understand? So, what transpired into you leaving that place, maybe
to
to
Labour Party.
Labour Party?
Okay.
I don't want to call names in the
Yeah,
sense.
I don't know. I would also not want to call names.
Yeah.
But for those that know me very well, know that I've been a very loyal party man, and I'm always a loyal party man. Yes, you know, politics in school is different from politics outside school. This is the real politics. And by our system in Nigeria, there's no loan. How will I put it now? There's no bill or there's no law that gives you the authority to run on your own without a platform.
Right.
So it means you have to attach yourself to a particular party or a platform that will propel you into achieving whatever vision that you have.
Yeah.
And right from the day one, I've been a PDP. Okay, sorry, I say I'm not going to mention names.
Which
But
normal.
okay, yeah, I've been a party man
Party
from
man.
another side.
All right.
And I've been a loyal party man also. Though I have not held any political office as a party person, but I've done my diligent work.
Several.
To the party members that know me very well from that other side, they know that this person has always been a loyal party man. Now, the idea I came with when I left school was not the type that would bring me into a system that is corrupt.
Okay.
My party, or the party as at that time that I affiliated with, I wouldn't say was corrupt, no, because I never saw any trace of that. Probably I was not opportune to go deep to actually see what was going on. But from the point where I worked with them till when I signed out, I never saw any trace of corruption or corrupt practices. Nothing like that.
All right.
You understand? So what actually propelled me into moving was deep talk. Let me just throw kind of little light on it.
Because I want you to do some table shakers.
Okay, I've always been this type. Okay, I've contested
as
before
maybe
in that party as a councillor. Yeah. I've been an aspirant the first time, and there was no election. Then the second time was, I think there was still no election. So I remained loyal to the party until we started having crisis, which is all over the news. People know that particular crisis in Benin, in Edo State. And when that crisis a lot, it was really deep. You know, when it comes to party crisis, party issues, it's always going to be this and this. So either you are here or you are on the other side. So whichever side that eventually wins at the end of the day, it means you have to fall in place. You have no option. Then for those that are aggrieved, you can either choose to resolve your differences or you pull out. You understand? For me, I never had any personal fight in the party. No, I wasn't fighting any personal fight. It was just party structure / who owns the structure and who does not own the structure. That was what the party was fighting about, and we had two factions. Now, I happen to be on one faction that didn't win in court. So automatically, every of our tickets or every of our fights on this end, we had no option than to come and tie up with the next party, the next side. Now, the next side was what I never wanted to tie up with because I didn't like the ideology we were using on that end. I felt bad about the whole thing because initially I thought as one party, as one big family, we should be able to resolve our differences internally and we should not let it out. But it crossed the Rubicon at that point. Nobody was willing to bury the hatchet. So a lot of slaughters were done. Yes, I'll keep trying to make it. I'll just
pick it in
pick it. I don't want to go too deep into
yeah,
it.
okay, I understand.
You understand? So we had a lot of persons that were slaughtered during this process of fight. And you know, when two persons are fighting, it's both ways. We are going to have casualties.
Yeah.
So let me say I was one of the casualties during this fight. And because I never wanted to tie up with that other ideology, I had to pull back. At a point, I wanted to pull out of politics to say, okay, fine, it's better I stay on my own and have my peace instead of fighting. Because the reason for me coming into politics was not to keep fighting. Yes, I have my little things I've been doing before now, but I just felt having a political office would give me a better platform to touch many lives out there. That was why I came into politics. Yes, personally, I've been doing a lot. Personally, I have a foundation. A foundation that, through my foundations, I've been able to touch lives, especially the young ones. Yes, that's what my foundation stands out for. But as a person, as a CEO on my own, at my level, I think there are limitations to what I could do at that level. Hence, I decided to say, okay, fine, let me come into politics. If I have a political office, I should be able to touch more lives. I should be able to reach out to more persons. And with that, would have solved a lot of issues. So if I am on this side and it's not helping, I needed another platform to be able to reach lives. Because the reason why I came into politics was to affect life, bring up policies that will affect lives, and make them comfortable. You understand? So if this platform was no longer working for me, I needed another platform. If I had the opportunity to run as a candidate on my own without any party, I would have done that. Do you understand? But with the laws on ground, I needed to tie up with the platform. And from nowhere, Labour Party came on board. The obedient movement came on board, and it was really, really strong. I saw it that it was a platform for the young ones. Gave the young ones opportunity to come on board.
Just the obedience itself.
Yes, it gave that opportunity for young ones to speak up. We had that platform to talk. We were able to air our minds. And I felt like, wow, this should be what I've been looking for. Let me tie up with this ideology. I think this will help, because I read through their whole manifestos. It was all about changing the narrative. So if we are ready to change the narrative, and I've seen some persons that are ready to actually change that narrative, then I should tie up with them. So it means we're thinking towards the same direction. That was how I moved into Labour Party. And today it's a reality, and we are still pushing it.
Because you know why? Because before I had to call you down here, let me drop it down low. In the sense that let me use our normal English.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Because right now we don't still speak the English in the way. Let's change it in the other way around. So one thing is just that, say, I watched your primaries, and when I saw your primaries were massive, and it was a huge one, like kind of an election that people eventually feel like you won. You understand? Like eventually when they see your post, you don't win. You understand? Like you don't win the actual election. You understand? So many things were just I just had to call you in the sense that, like, okay, how do you feel in this process when you see that kind of massive people supporting you, giving that drive for you to say, okay, if I go into this office, I got to work. I got to do this for the people that support me.
First of all, okay, let me break it back to what you just said. The issue of the primaries. First of all, when I took up that courage to say, okay, fine. Before now, I told him that. He smiled and was like, why do you say that? I said, yes. If you say no money for council as a chairman, he's like, go to your house. Let somebody that can generate the fund come in, sit down and work. Man, we shouldn't just wake up and say zero allocation. And I expounded that these are fallacies told to us, the populace, to enable us, remove our mind from those in positions to work
Okay.
or probably to deliver
Okay.
on their manifestos that brought them into office.
Mm.
These are fallacies told to us to divert
That's
our
allocation.
attention from being able to checkmate their activities while they are in office. And that is the truth. If you say there's zero allocation and you're seated there for the next 3 years, you didn't resign, you still parade yourself as the chairman of that council, and yet to tell us zero allocation. So how do you manage to run your government? It's not possible. There are ways you could generate funds in the council. A lot of ways. I will not want to start listing every one of them here because we are live.
Yeah.
And whether we like it or not, I'm going to be having oppositions by the day for the election. So I would not want to even let them know that these are my plans for now.
Yeah.
But I think when I have engagements with the people one-on-one, I should be able to tell the people that this is how I'm going to run your system. This is how I intend to raise funds to achieve most of these things I'm going to be listing out to you. It is achievable.
Yeah.
The fact is, once we remove our mind from corruption, once we remove our mind from trying to amass wealth to ourselves, we will be able to achieve all this. It is very, very achievable. I must tell you, it's not rocket science.
Okay.
It's not spiritual. No, it's what you and I can sit down and we open up and we get all these things done in a jiffy. Immediately we'll get it done. So I think nobody should come up and tell us the council does not have anything to offer. The council does not have anything to offer. I think by the time I get into office, for the next 3 years that I will be the council chairman in Oredo, you will definitely feel the difference. You will feel the impact. You will see it. It's going to be visible to everybody. In fact, the blind will see. Yes.
And the lake can walk.
Yes, seriously. It's going to, in fact, you see it. It's going to be visible. We don't hide anything.
All right.
Like I always tell them, I'm young, I'm energetic. I would not send people to the field to go get revenue for me, and I will not be able to monitor the process. Come on. Why was local government created before now? It was created during Obasanjo's regime.
Okay.
Its first regime then.
Yeah.
It was created to bring governance closer to the people. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
Governance is at the high level, but it was created that, oh, fine, we have a governor that you can hardly get to. Let's have a local government chairman from your locality that you can liaise with. So it's bringing governance closer to the people. So when you now have a local government chairman that you cannot even see for the next 3 years, you only see him on TV, that is not the aim of creating a local government council.
Wow.
Do you understand? Yeah. Councillors were brought in from various wards so that the chairman in position can link the councillors and also meet with the people from their various wards. So you can't sit in your office, dish out instructions, and you don't monitor those instructions. You don't supervise them. Your job is to supervise these things. Make sure that, oh, if I'm telling you that we're going to be generating revenue, we're generating 5 million naira, for example, from New Benin Market every month. What are the things that brings up this 5 million naira? What makes up 5 million naira? You should be able to monitor these processes. You don't just give someone that revenue and say, okay, you go and get me money from this place. What the person does afterward, you don't know. You don't have an idea. You sit in your office and you expect feedback. At the end of the day, these people might not be feeling the purpose of governance in the local government.
Okay.
They could be dying in silence. You don't know. So you have to get back to them. Do this, do this one-on-one with them. Let them get to see you. Let them get to complain to you. If you are doing well, when you come outside, they are going to, applaud you. Yes, this is our chairman. He's doing well. If you are not, they are going to complain to you immediately. They see you. Sir, this thing is not like this. Sir, this thing. So you'll be able to get feedbacks. So I think that is what we'll be doing differently. Because in Labour Party, we say we are changing the narrative and we are ready to do that. So that is what I am going to be doing differently. We'll monitor every process. That is it.
No, see, one thing I've...
Sorry, no vex. I go to use English. I think I will digress now. Because the same way we use pidgin. Yes, I'll use pidgin. I'm sorry, I'm not vex. I can speak pidgin very well. I can speak pidgin very, very well. I will change. I will change that. Yes,
it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Because one thing I've seen in the sense that me, I don't overcode inside the English right now.
So one thing
we will talk because I've I've listened and people and also many people have listened right now, seeing your views in the way you want to put your governance into a one-on-one conversation because you want to change lives, you want to help the people around you. That's the question I asked, that what are the reasons that makes you go into Labour Party and also leave the other place and go to Labour Party? Because now another question goes like this, in the sense that I know you have your visions, I know you have your ideas, I know you get the ideas where you want to give a lot of people. Yeah, I won't say me you just throw. I know on my last podcast you said one, and I will emphasize me you say that one again, in the sense that that's one because I don't now just put and say I don't see your posters. Hey, I see one airlines, some stuff, quality that, quality this. You understand? Maybe I will say maybe you emphasize on one or two for inside those
Okay.
things. In the sense that make the people feel waiting this man or this guy or where they will vote for when it reach that time.
Okay. From my I have a 7-point agenda. Yes, 7-point agenda listed out, which are the major agendas. But I'll just touch, like you rightly said. Okay, sorry, make I go back to Pigeon. I will touch 1 or 2 or 3 of them, which are very, very key. Now, I'll talk about health. I say primary health care, good and quality primary health care. You see, ordinarily, if we check within the local government, you're supposed to get at least primary health care within a few meters away.
Yeah, sure.
From you.
Okay.
Primary health care, not be waiting too big. You understand? At least a simple primary health care where you feel your waka enter. Say, I get malaria. Alpha, doctor. You have a nurse, probably a doctor on ground. We just diagnose you, check, treat you, you go back home. If you need to be admitted, maybe probably it's a bit above what they could give you drugs for. You have a place to stay, at least for maybe 24 hours. Then you go back to your house. From waiting I don't see so far, we lack that in the local government. You can check. I'm using my ward as a case study, like Ward 6 already. Okay. There is no primary health care in Ward 6. Okay. You can check, you can go back. It's there.
No
primary
check
health
on
care
that.
in Ward 6. These are things that we need. So, for example, if anything emergency comes up at night within Ward 6, you see that we are running to a private hospital around, or if we are not buoyant enough to access that private healthcare, we either move the person to UBTH or move the person to Edo Specialist Hospital. So you check the distance. If there's an emergency, before you get to that place, something would have happened. But when you have primary health care around you, few poles away from you, you can run there and take first aid treatment. For critical health issues, you should be able to give you first aid that will keep you till you get to a specialist hospital. These are things we work on. That's 1. 2, good and quality primary education. You and I know, if you go around already local government, most of our primary schools, they are dilapidated. Okay. Structurally wise, in terms of dishing out of good teaching methods, in terms of the teaching aids, in terms of the teachers, in terms of monitoring, especially. I remember then, when we grew up, teachers, they give us melon when we break for class, which is not done, which is not supposed to be. This is lack of proper monitoring, because if there's going to be probably like a task force on that will monitor these processes, I don't think such things would have been happening as at then. This is why we are coming in. We don't see the back and forth of this whole thing. We don't do the street. We know what thing they happen for the street. So now we go fit handle the street. Because why? We've got experiences from all this. You don't expect my child to be in school I sent him down to learn. He gets to the class, he meets no teacher. He plays around from 8 a.m. till 1 or 2. He comes back home
and start playing.
Then you go. Sometimes you see a child coming back from school. There's no button on his shirt, fully open. Then in bag, either he hold the hand, they draw and follow ground, they come. Not being fought. Now where from they come? If you be say throughout that day, they not teach him one thing. Because why? The teacher feel the paro. I've not been paid for the past 6 months. I don't feel kill myself. I beg, anybody not disturb me. Or you see them in clusters. Teachers, you sit in one office, you gist till the end of the day. Now the students, the people now you want me to go tell you to say, come and teach me. No. The pikin they very happy saying one play. Because maybe when he reach house, he get mama, we go beat out. We no go allow and go play. An opportunity for you to run out and catch your phone. So if you now check this process, these are the breeds coming into secondary school tomorrow. These are the same breed that will now metamorphose into university. They will now fall back to the society. And then we will now wake up and say we have half-baked students or half-baked individuals in society that cannot deliver. No, not be their fault. The foundation was already bad. So it started from that foundation till they become adults.
Okay.
So what we will do differently is to make sure that we create that foundation, foundational education, to be very good for them, at least be able to build them for secondary school level. I know secondary school education is not the duty of the local council, no, but we should be able to build good pupils that will graduate into secondary school and continue from there. The secondary school level will now continue to build them for university education. So if I am doing my own job at that level, I believe the state government will do their job at the secondary level before they get to tertiary institutions. So these are things we'll do differently. We'll monitor these processes. We'll check these teachers. Some teachers, they will not notice that they teach. Yes. Either you got the appointment through one connection from one of your uncles who knows one man that knows another man that called one man to give you the job, that office. So when you interview some of them, they can't even speak good and correct English. So how do I give you my child
for you to teach?
To build that child from the cradle. At that level, whatever you tell that child sinks. Then you give them wrong informations till they grow up. Tomorrow when I'm talking to that child, he doesn't listen. That is why you see private schools booming today. Because our primary school, they are dead. If you go there right now, I can tell you that if you go to primary school right now, you can find some teachers. There's Olua Primary School. Okay, let me not go to Olua. Olua is Ego. Let me come back to Oredo. There's Fabakwata Primary School. If you go there now, you will see people playing outside. If you go there now, you will meet clusters of teachers. These things I've just mentioned, you will see it live before your very eyes. So I think what we will do differently, we will try to monitor these processes. I can come to your class. I remember when I did my teaching practice then in school, because I did my NC before I went for my university education. Okay. Teaching practice, your supervisors come to your class, they sit down and tell you to teach. They sit among the students and tell you to teach. You start teaching. Teaching practice in school, I think, is 5 units course. If you don't pass it, you cannot graduate. So some of these teachers, they don't go through this process. They just wake up from secondary school, get the connect, push them in. We don't also. When I left secondary school, I taught in lectures before I went for my NCE. So there is no way you will give out what you don't have. So most of these teachers, they don't even have the knowledge that they want to give out. These are things we look into to get quality primary education. Then, thirdly, let me touch the women inclusiveness. Okay. If you check my flyers, you see I said women. Okay, let me just touch on that women. I'll touch it just briefly. I said women inclusivity in governance. You check very well, the percentage of women in governance is very low. Okay. For me, I am going to bring in women in governance.
Women to work with.
Yes, because we all know the woman matter hard. Yes, but you get the way you take hold them, use them, you achieve what you define. Yeah. I don't know if you understand. So women are going to be veritable tools in this government, in my own government. I'm going to make sure I make use of the women. In fact, I said something that I would want my vice chairman to be a woman. I think that would help a long way, because if you check very well, women have always been marginalized when it comes to politics, when it comes to appointments, and they have a lot to give. Whether you and I like it or not, they still remain the smartest. Yes, we know they want own up as men. Yes, we know they agree, but not the smart part.
Because we don't want try to do about...
Yeah, we are the head. No. We are always the head of the house. We are always the head of everything. Everything. But at the end of the day, you must sleep, leave that woman when you say you be the head. So if she won't do anything, she will do you. So at the end of the day, women are very, very smart. On a more lighter note, I listened to one of the comedians, and he said there is no record that shows how long it took Eve to give Adam that apple. I sat down and I began to calculate. He said, yes, Eve ate the apple from Satan, what they call snake. Now they say give her, abi? Now, that same Eve don't eat that apple, because if you come forward, when Adam eats the apple, you can't realize say him naked, abi?
Yeah.
So which means Eve don't eat that apple, don't know say him naked, but no record will tell us say see how long she take naked. Where Adam don't know say him naked, because he never get sense. Adam they chase rabbit, chase hen, chase fish, chase everything. Eve sit down, they look up. You see this mumu, you don't get sense, and she don't get sense. Maybe she don't even cover herself, but Adam never know. He look at Adam. And Bible comes to say a day in the sight of God is like 1,000 years in the sight of man. So 2 hours in the sight of God, how many years won't be that one? So which means Eve don't wise
before now.
Adam never get sense. So the day when she can't decide to give Adam apple, and say, you come, idiot, eat from this apple. Then you see get sense. Adam come back, come say naked. And as a naked, he never quick Adam swallow him. Let God come. And as God come, Adam, where you dey? Adam confused. Say na the woman wey you give me that apple for problem. Not be wetin they ask. They ask you where you dey. Because the apple never digest, Adam never still get sense. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'll stop there.
All right.
That one reach where you do understand. So women smart pass men. So I'm going to include women in my government, and I believe we working together, because behind every successful man there is a woman. I believe if I have a woman beside me, we are going to drive Oredo to the highest heights.
All right. Right now, my people, we don't come to the end of our program, in the sense that we don't touch a lot of stuff right from the beginning, right to the end, and also he also tell us how he want to run the campaign, and also he want to use them to do to touch life and every other thing. So, my honorable sir, I will talk one thing in the sense that in what you are doing right now and what you are pursuing, it's something that your supporters will see you or pray for you to reach your goal, in the sense that, but in all, like how we all say as a presenter or anything, try to do all these things, I pray for you, only you understand that, for you to not forget your supporters and for your people, in the sense that in all what you said right now, being a good leader and being what you want to do to support and change life of people.
No, I'll keep up with you.
Keep up with
Sure,
it.
I will.
You understand?
I will, definitely.
So, one thing, my people, not all hear every single thing we will talk, and right now it's to the end of our program. So special thanks to Maggie for the lovely chin chin. I'll say chin chin and peanut. And
but we'll never eat them.
You're free.
Okay.
You're free. So special thanks, and also to Tracy Collection for the glasses, and also to Template Night Out for every single specialty. If you want drink high, enjoy, have fun, party nights, and every single thing, Template Night Out, all of them they beneath here right now. So my name na Promowave, aka also Kelly Omongiade, if you know me special. So peace out.
Thank you.